So, correct me if I'm wrong, but the last time 07 played on this map, they lost to ZR, yes?
Yes, it was. I would say it was a narrow loss. It was hardly. It was not a blowout. Nobody died for the first 13 minutes of the match. That's how close it was. And even at
Okay.
the end, '07 had a couple of late kills that might have flipped it if they were able to get them just a couple of minutes sooner, and they didn't quite get there. Zedar kind of, I think by the end of the game, Zedar's board position was kind of falling apart on them a little bit, and it worked.
Hmm.
They managed to survive it, but if the match had run even 3 more minutes, I think '07 probably would have pulled it back. All right, we are dropping here. Game will be starting momentarily, just as soon as we all commit ritual seppuku.
Very honorable.
Very honorable. The other thing I like about both these teams, man, they get in here and both teams are like, "You guys, good luck, have fun."
Yeah.
They're very
Yep.
relaxed. It seems they're just here to have a good time. Hey, of course they want to win. They're here, they're playing, but clearly not not really all bent out of shape one way or the other about it.
Sportsmanship is low key, very important.
We've seen a lot of great sportsmanship in the NA bracket.
Yeah.
Ah, can't hit Umru. Why can't I kill her? Oh, there we go.
All right, Mr. Raptor, what you got over there? Where are they deploying?
Hold one moment. Let me get. I'm way off. Let me get locked in here, and I will let you know.
Getting tired of seeing that patch of yours, by the way. Can you switch it at some point?
No, absolutely not. All right, quick look at team comps here. You know what? Small change. Midway, of course, we've seen Anumati, double Montana, no change there. We've gone double Hindenburg, and Timmy has moved from Des Moines into Moskva, and still running triple Grozovoy. A lot of Russian ships on this side of the map for '07.
Da, comrade.
Da, tovarish.
PSV side, we've got Game Wiz. Was he in the last battle? I don't recognize that name.
No, he wasn't actually. No, he wasn't.
They rotate him in.
It looks like it.
Jack is still a Minotaur, so they definitely like what he did, even though he died at A. Okay. And 2 Gearings.
Dory's fighters coming in here early over B, swarming against ooh, goodness, big strafe there.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice. That was very nice.
Here comes the counter strafe. Is it going to matter?
There it is.
Anumati gets a few,
Clicky, clicky,
but
clicky.
already down a fighter squadron.
Who can click the fastest?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Or just pile up.
That is quite the gangbang over B.
'07 here, setting up for a holding action at B. We have Timmy G's Moskva right there, camped right there in G6, very popular spot for that ship. As we see one Grozovoy rotating to C, another headed to A. Pulicat working B there, directly in front of Timmy. Timmy's in a really good spot. It's not even possible to put torpedoes into him from that angle. It's really nice. Pulley's trying to get turned around and duck his stern into B.
Timmy's in the traditional spot. We covered this map earlier today. Same thing setting up there.
Indeed.
Yep.
Potato 69, undaunted by the double torpedo bombers he sees at sea, continuing on into the cap, backed up by a Montana and a Hindenburg, about 5 or 6 clicks behind him. Looks like Anumati's going for a torp strike on Mingyu already.
Well, I was just going to say, Anumati in the past, we've seen him drop torpedoes and use them as scouters, but he didn't do it this time? I thought he did.
I'm not sure. Here comes a fighter to chase this bomber off, as I think Mingyu actually popped his DF as well. Potato 69 into C.
That's not good if that's the case.
Yeah. Potato already capping C as Mingyu seems content to let him do it. Kind of reversing here or holding steady right there in D6. Dive bomber strike coming in on Mingyu. Small hit. Fighters moving over to protect him. Another bomb strike coming in now.
It's got a good angle for it, too.
Nope, the fighters tie him up.
Yeah, they're AP bombs, so
They're AP
keep
bombs.
in
He's
mind,
not.
they're not
Yeah,
going to do a ton of damage.
he's not going to get much out of
True.
them. Here they come again. And again, small
See?
hits. Damage is damage, though. Every
Yep.
point of damage against a DD is critical.
If anything, what it's going to do is it's going to knock out engines, it'll knock out torpedoes, guns,
AA
whatever.
mounts. Yep.
It does a few module things.
Potato bag C, as Polycat looks like he's going to bag A handily. I'm assuming that Darth Crater is at A. In
Yeah.
fact, we know Darth Crater's at A. He's capping A.
Yep, and Jack is at A2, interestingly enough. So
Yep.
they're not having the typical radar standoff at B that we usually see.
Triple destroyer composition allows 07 here to move out to a quick cap advantage. They open their lead to about 25 or 30 points as it starts to widen here on trap.
As expected, though, they're utilizing their 3 destroyer comp much more effectively than Cuter did. Excuse me.
Well, these guys, triple destroyer is what they play. I don't know that I've ever seen them in this tournament play anything other than, ooh, Jones, ooh, narrowly misses a torp there in an I4. Whew.
And Amati returning with those bombers, forcing Mingy to smoke. I disagree with that. I don't know why he's so afraid of AP bombs.
Overly aggressive, but I can only assume that they feel like by holding Mingyu out of the cap circle, that just allows them to continue racking up points, although he's about to get in anyway. He's kind of inching forward, it looks like.
Yeah, he's trying to creep up at about a quarter to a half. There it is. He's in there now.
Yep, Anamati's throwing away a lot of planes to defend those cap points.
The only problem, though, with that position is that there's a very, very small bit of the smoke that is inside the caps. So stealth, or it's not stealth, blind firing in, like right there, it's very easy to judge where he's going to be because there's only so little bit of the cap where he could potentially be at.
Very, very small area he could be hiding in right there. We see it on the map. Lots of shells now.
Even if the shells don't hit, if they land really, really close, they're still going to be able to reset. Now, granted, there is a destroyer or something that is on the cap with him at the moment, but...
Indeed, Potato remains on the extreme southeastern edge of the cap in East 8. Looks like he's about to get forced out of the cap by these fighters coming in. Yep, Potato spotted now, turning on his engines and pulling out. That will start to flip that cap on behalf of PSV. 6 minutes gone now. Both teams still pretty healthy. No major hits, no major damage. Just a lot of dancing around cap circles here on trap.
Gotta say, compared to our earlier matches, this is boring.
Well, but and we've said it a trillion times, Zath, when you get to this high tier play, now here comes an Anamati torpedo strike right into the Mingyu's smoke.
Yeah, it's gonna do nothing. He had defensive fire available.
Well, he's got the torpedoes are spread wide, but I mean, I assume it's gonna miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he dropped with them bow on. I mean,
yeah. Okay.
That was a hasty drop on his side.
When you get to this level of play, these guys, they're not going to make major mistakes. They're not going to make many mistakes. That's why identifying a mistake and punishing it when you spot it is so key. 07 now surrendering control of C to ZR. Mingyu completely uncontested. Potato not even heading in that direction now. It'll be a matter of time now before ZR takes their first cap advantage here on trap.
You mean PSV.
I'm sorry.
PSV.
Thank you. God, I'm still in the mindset of that semifinal game.
That's all right. By the way, it looks almost like 07 is also leaving Alpha behind too.
It's hard to say.
At least from what we've seen, we don't know where the Hindenburg is, but we can see William is sailing away.
William's trying to avoid these torps. I think he's still going to take one. Caliber is just astern of him. I know you can't see him, but he's there and about he's right on the edge of I-4. Turning back to the north. It does look like they're going to give up on A. Maybe they're going to just run north and make C their big play. Timmy G has reoriented now. I think that's what's happening. Timmy has reoriented with his bow to the north. He's in G6, but his guns and his bow are pointed to the northeast. He's steaming that way at full speed. They're going to make they're going to make a push towards C.
Now, this position that PSV is in right now, they got 2 of the 3 caps, of course. They're in pretty good spots. They need to be careful about sticking their nose out a little bit too far. And because they're at this point, they've done really good in this tournament. I wouldn't expect them to do it, but they need to just let 07 try to get back in the caps. There's no reason for them to go chasing anything at this point.
Well, and I'm confident that PSV is smart enough to know that. And you can see, you've already seen 07, they've made this strategic decision. Look, we're going to pull out of C, let them cap it. Maybe the intent, and maybe this is them being sneaky, give these guys just enough rope to try and hang themselves with while we punish them.
That's a good way to describe it.
But we'll see if PSV falls for it or not, as the gap is just about narrowed. Teams almost tied as we get close to the halfway mark of the match.
Yep, and we see the Moskva now getting smoked up. I'm guessing that's Polecat smoking him up.
It is. Pulley is continuing this direction as Potato gets turned around. He is in F8, about to head into E8. He and Pulley look like they're going to tag team this cap. We can see Mingyu's gearing is already retreating from C. That's basically going to give these guys free reign to recap it.
Uh-oh. Is Caxi going to get dropped on?
Taking some
Yeah.
Oh, big AP bomb hit there.
And
Good, solid AP bomb hit. Here comes the second one. Only two survive. Nope, they don't make it. A timely strafe from Dory wipes out the AP bomb strike as Pulleycat gets into C.
But Caxi's still in danger.
Caxi's still fairly low. He needs to stay unspotted for a bit if he can manage it. 15K, he is getting smoke. It looks like he is. No, he's not healing.
He's getting radared by Timmy G's Moskva, I believe.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
In fact, Timmy has shots on him. Yes, he does.
Yep.
Timmy's got him radared and is continuing. They're pouring fire into him from all different angles now. 8,900 HP and falling.
He is burning. He did use his repair. I think he's going to be able to back out of the range.
Still spotted. I'm not sure who might have shots on him. There he goes. Radar has faded. We no longer can see Caxi in that smoke. Pulley spotted here. Pulley spotted here. He's backing out of C. Looks like the plane strike. There's a torpedo strike coming in on his port side. Who's that? Who's the Hindenburg in B?
Caxi.
No.
Caxi.
No, General on his port side. General Conan, way up on the B line, had lines on Pulleycat as well.
Caxi's dead.
Caxi is out. And Umati dropping torpedoes and smoke.
Tier 8 torpedo bombers.
07 picking up their lead.
I'm sorry to say I said it, but, Caxi just sticking that neck out just a little bit too far, and it gave them enough time to be able to not only get great shots, but then Anamati obviously coming in with the finish. That was a nice play.
So now we see the match starting to shape up similar to how they played against ZR. You have Montana, Grozavoy, Hindenburg now way down on the I and the J line. Going to retreat, basically play holding action. Hold that push at A. Keep those guys from pushing too far too quickly. Caliber might take one of these torpedoes. He is. That was kind of unnecessary, but he took it anyway. MF Jones trailing them, ready to smoke them when he's available.
PSV's force in the A cap is still very, very healthy, so they got to be feeling pretty comfortable about that position right there.
I'm confident those guys are going to keep pushing, but Potato and Pulley now trying to get back into C. 07 clinging to about a 60-point lead here with 8.5 minutes to play.
This is the tough part about this positioning. PSV can push into B, but if they do, they surrender the flank. So they get spotted, they get punished by William the Dank and whoever's over there, Caliber.
Some timely gearing torpedoes forcing Potato to veer course here. He's not going to eat any of them, though.
So that's one of the hardest parts about trap. Where you're going to go.
Darth Crater, look at where he is. Have a check now. PSV, knowing that Timmy G's Moskva has changed position, has decided to get into B and try to flip that as Pulleycat now, right on the tip of that island on the northeastern edge, is turning into that cap circle, and Umati brings in his dive bombers. Pulley smoking that turn. Timmy G's going to move up into that smoke and have his radar available if they can find Darth Crater.
Now, Game Wiz is shooting HE. So the Montana there is shooting HE at the other Montana, and unfortunately, he's getting himself separated from the rest of the group. That's very dangerous.
They know now that Darth Crater is in the extreme south, southwestern edge of the cap. His torps have been spotted. Mingyu now on very low health.
Yeah,
that would be a huge kill if they can bag it. Here comes some bombs. Mingyu smoking. Anumati fishes and comes up empty, I think.
Yep.
Shells going into that smoke, though. No dice.
Oh, the Monty missed. I don't know if the Moskva's in radar range of the gearing, though. He's in the same exact spot that Caxi died in. Let's see.
Super tight game here.
He is. The big thing, too, is that Mingy's anti-air is on, so he's letting them know exactly where he is in the smoke.
That could be a misplay here because it looks like Timmy G
Absolutely.
is blind firing in here, which I don't blame him.
6.5 minutes to play. Barely 30 points separate these teams on trap. Nobody's getting points out of B. Each team ticking up 1 cap as some extended destroyers here could make for some interesting play in the last 6 minutes of the game.
Yep.
Pulleycat deep into B now, snuggled up to that volcanic island. Shells coming on him from the north and torpedoes. Spotted by planes, I can assume. Here comes a torpedo strike. A Courier torpedo strike coming in on Pulleycat at B here. Not sure if he's got his DF up just yet. Probably will pop it as they pass
Sure
overhead.
looks like it now.
Well,
Yeah, he's
also
probably got it up
coming
now.
in wrong angle.
Yeah,
He
that
has to-
angle is, that
Well,
was a good play by Pulleycat.
well, pulley force now. The DF is up for sure. Trying to finish them off. Yep, there they all go.
Does.
That's the power of
That was-
Grozavoy anti-air.
Grozavoy,
Yep, that was excellent positioning.
indeed. Grozavoy's A paying off again for 07.
That was also a bit of a misplay on Dory's side. He should have looped around. He had complete air control. There was no no threat for fighters or anything like that. He could have taken his time and set that up a little bit better.
Interesting turn of events down on the H line as well, as it looks like PSV's forces at A are retreating.
Yeah.
They know
missed
now
off
that
a lot
Darth
of hit
Crater
points.
is in B. MF Jones is pushing hard to get into A. He will be into A momentarily as Darth Crater is out of B, giving up those cap points. 07 on about a 35 point lead here with 5 minutes to play. Getting their third destroyer into the A cap. Starting to flip it on their behalf as Mingyu finally drops way up by C. That's a big kill.
I just don't see why they decided to push up a little further next to the island. Obviously, Caxi dying in the Hindenburg, and then the Gearing made his way into that exact same spot. I just don't understand that play, guys.
Indeed.
I just don't.
PSV now down 2 ships here in the waning minutes of the match. 4.5 minutes to play. 07 will soon own all the caps. Not looking good for PSV.
There's one last stand being played out right now in B cap as Darth Crater and Captain Jack Sparrow try to come in and do something about Pulleycat, but Pulleycat's on the other side of the island saying, "Come at me, bro."
Pulleycat's got a great position. He's got friends north of him and Timmy just behind him. I'm not seeing that that's going to work.
Reminds me of Uzath last season when you were in your low yang chilling at that island.
Yep.
Put himself in a good position.
It's an incredibly high risk, high reward position because you
Yes.
can get flanked from anywhere, but you can also completely lock it down.
07 the only one gaining points now as they cross within 100 points of victory. 3.5 minutes to play here on trap. PSV not gaining points at this stage. Needs a kill, needs a cap. Probably not going to find room for one. I'm not sure who they would go after, who they'd even bag. 07 relatively healthy as a group.
Oh no!
Oh.
Big hit.
Wow.
Jeez.
Was he spotted?
Maybe?
Oh,
Goodness
boy.
gracious. Williams' guns doing work again, wiping the Minotaur off the board in one salvo. Moves 07 to within 20 points of victory. There's no way PSV is going to recover from that kind of a point change this late.
That was an amazing hit. He had to have been spotted, I guess, or maybe that was just I don't know. Like,
you know what it must have been? I bet we missed it, but I'm almost guaranteeing you Timmy radared him.
Moskva.
Timmy radared him long enough for William to get the shells in.
I caught that at the very last second there. I saw the salvo coming in, and we
07
saw
just
him go
looking
boom.
solid here. Once again, not losing a ship. Very, very solid play from these guys. And you look, Dory, 63 plane kills, and it doesn't really matter. Enumati gets in the strikes he needs, right? He bagged the Hindenburg in smoke. He just harassed those guys with his planes all game.